past 14 years, I've learned that when you want big changes, you need to build a consensus in America. We have 300 million people with 300 million opinions. And we have to bring people together to find a way forward to solve our problems. Even a president has to get 60 votes in the Senate to pass a new law. And that is a painstaking, roll-up-your-sleeves process that involves a lot of preparation and just plain perspiration. Ultimately, to bring change, you have to know when to stand your ground and when to find common ground. You need to know when to stick to your principles and fight, and know when to make principled compromises. You can't be content with consensus and compromise alone, or you'll lose what you're fighting for. But you can't always demand everything your own way, or you'll never get anything done. That's why I worked with my Republican colleagues to get health care for our National Guard and Reserve members. That's why I worked with Republicans to get more people screened for cancer, to rebuild New York, and to ensure firefighters like the one Bill met that they would get the health care they needed after 9/11. In New York, I've reached out to every part of the state, parts where Democrats are loved and parts where Democrats were a novelty. I believed in reaching out and bringing in as many voters as possible into that big tent that is the Democratic Party. And I won 2 landslide elections with support from every part of my state. And as president, starting on day 1, I will reach out to every region, every state, every American who loves our country and is hungry for change. I don't think there are Republican or Democratic answers to the problems that face us. I don't think there are right or left solutions. I think it's time for us to start acting like Americans again and working together, rolling up our sleeves to get where we know we need to go. Now, there are some things we should never change, and we should be prepared to fight for them. We should never privatize Social Security. We should not compromise on a woman's right to choose. We cannot give an inch in the war against the terrorists who do wish us ill and harm, and we should not back down on our obligation to form a more perfect union to achieve true equality for everyone, regardless of race or class, religion, or sexual orientation. And we should not let our drive and our commitment for increased safety and security destroy our most precious, fundamental constitutional freedoms. I believe we can fight and win the struggle against terrorists without compromising our security or the future of our children or the values that we hold dear as Americans. Still standing, and I'm proud to fight them every single step of the way. Because when you're fighting for what you believe in, when you believe in the change that is necessary, eventually we will get it done if we don't lose heart, if we have faith in who we are as Americans. We're going to change this country, and we're not going to let anyone stand in the way. So when someone says to you, we can't both keep our country safe and uphold our Constitution, I want you to say, yes, we can. And when someone says to you, we can't deliver on universal health care because the special interests will block it, I want you to say, yes, we can. And when someone says, you can't fight global warming without hurting the economy, I want you to say, yes, we can. And create millions of green-collar jobs in the process. And when someone says we can't end the war in Iraq and make America more secure, I want you to say, yes, we can. And you know what? We will when I am president. And finally, that occasionally someone says this, that America can't elect a woman president, I say, come out on the campaign trail with me. See the children who are brought to meet me, particularly the little girls, whose mothers and fathers hold them up on their shoulders and whisper to them, see, you can be whatever you want to be. There are no barriers or boundaries in America. Or come with me and meet the women in their 90s who come to my events even on a hot day like this. And they're often smart enough to wear a hat. And they'll come up to me, and sometimes a family member will move their wheelchair up to me, and I'll bend over to thank them for coming, and they'll say, I was born before women could vote, and I want to live long enough to see a woman in the White House.